right. Welcome, everyone, and thank you so much for attending or tuning into my session here at Microsoft Ignite 2019. Today, we're going to look at one of the coolest things about Azure Data Factory, the pricing. My name is Katrine Wilhelmsen, or Catherine Wilhelmsen. I'm from Norway, and I work as a senior business intelligence consultant in a Norwegian company called Inmeta. I'm also a cloud evangelist there, which means that I get to go out and deliver sessions like this, teach, and share my knowledge. And because I do that, blogging, speaking, and being active in the community, I was also awarded the Microsoft Data Platform MVP Award. You can find me on Twitter at CatherineW, and I blog at catherinew.net. Just please note there's no E in the middle of my name. That's a funny Scandinavian spelling. So Azure Data Factory pricing. It's easy, right? There are no upfront costs. You only pay for what you use, and it's fairly easy to figure out how much it's going to cost, right? It's not. There are multiple layers to Azure Data Factory pricing. There are different pricing models as well. And if you are asked how much it's going to cost, I'm guessing that it doesn't really work well to go to your manager or the C-level and say, I don't really know how much this is going to cost. Let's just wait and see what the next invoice is. It doesn't really work like that. At least my manager is not happy when I try to do that. So that's why I'm delivering this session here today. We're going to look at the different pricing models and hopefully give you some information so you can start estimating your projects when you start working with Azure Data Factory. So Azure Data Factory pricing, on the website, if you go in there, you'll see that it's divided into two parts. One part is on the data pipelines, and the other is on the SQL Server integration services. And on there, it looks very simple. It says it starts from $1 per 1,000 runs, or it starts from 84 cents per hour. Fairly simple. Keyword here, though, it starts from those prices that you see on there. And when it starts, that's usually not the price that you'll end up paying for a service. So instead of having these two different price models, I divided into 4 different price models that we're going to go through today. So let's start with Azure Data Factory operations. Operations are all the things that you're doing inside of Azure Data Factory. So again, it's pay as you go, and everything that you do has a cost. So if you're doing things like reading and writing, that means creating, updating, or deleting things like datasets, pipelines, and linked services. Every time you do an operation like that, there is a tiny, tiny cost to that. And it's 50 cents per 50,000 operations or modified entities, which is not a huge cost at all. Same thing with monitoring. 25 cents per 50,000 run records retrieved. You have to do quite a lot of development and monitoring for this to become a significant cost at all. So for me, this is not something that I even look at when I'm estimating my projects. It's such a small cost, but I do want to point it out because everything that you do inside of Azure Data Factory has a cost involved. When it comes to data pipeline orchestration and execution, however, this is where you start to dig into the actual cost of running things inside of Azure Data Factory. So there are 2 parts to the data pipeline story. You can run your activities in your pipelines either on a self-hosted integration runtime or an Azure integration runtime. Either you're managing the infrastructure or Azure takes care of that for you. And based on that, you have 2 slightly different pricing models as well. So you do need to be aware of how you're building your solutions to get the right estimates for that. So for a self-hosted integration runtime, when you're orchestrating things, every time you're running an activity, again, it's a small cost involved. So $1.50 per 1,000 runs for running activities, triggers, and debug runs. The real cost comes when you're looking at the activities inside of those pipelines. Again, we're digging into the details here. For execution, there are 3 types of activities inside a pipeline that you can run. The first is a data movement activity, which is basically the copy data activity. And as you can see, this is where the largest cost is inside of a data pipeline. So 10 cents per DIU hour, that's the heavy lifting, that's the core of Azure Data Factory, and that's what you're paying the most for inside of that. Then you have something that they call pipeline activities. That could be things like running lookups or get metadata activities or delete activities, things that you are running inside of that data pipeline. And the last category are external activities. Those are the activities that you're just kind of orchestrating, you're spinning them up, but they're running somewhere else. So that could be inside of Azure Databricks, for example, or running a stored procedure on an on-premises SQL server. So you do need to understand which activities you're running to get the right estimates for that. So these are the costs for self-hosted, and when I move to the next slide, you'll see for Azure, it's slightly different. So the cost for orchestration is a little lower, but the cost for execution is a little higher. It's not significant, but there is a small increase in cost for execution. And that's basically just because Azure takes care of all the infrastructure for you, you're using their compute services, and that's the cost you're paying for that. Now, if you're looking at these slides, you may be noticing a couple of things that I haven't called out yet. And the first one is this part, per DIU hour. What does that really mean when you're running your Azure Data Factory pipelines? So inside of the copy data activity, if you click on the settings tab, you'll see that you can set the data integration units, the DIUs. The default setting for that is auto. Do any of you know what the number is when you set it to auto? So auto means that it will scale it up for you if necessary. So Azure Data Factory can take care of scaling up and make sure that things are running as quickly and efficiently as possible. But when you set it to auto, it means that the default number, the lowest number of data integration units it will use is 4. But if you want to change that setting, you can go ahead and set the minimum number to 2. And this has a big effect on the cost for the copy data activity inside of Azure Data Factory, because if you're leaving everything at auto, at the defaults, you're paying for 4 times the time that copy data activity is running. So what I recommend to all of you here is that you go ahead, you look at the copy data activity settings, and you start by changing it to 2. If that is not enough compute power, you can always scale it back up. But if 2 is enough, you've basically cut the cost of that copy data activity in half. So just be aware of that auto defaults to 4 as a minimum. 2 is what you can set it to on your own. So a little trick there just to make sure that you're keeping the cost as low as possible for your own solutions. And then we have this little bit here that has been slightly hidden in the documentation up until a couple of months ago. They've added more information about this in the frequently asked questions right now. But what it says is that all activities are prorated by the minute and rounded up. Now, if we look at an example pipeline, this is a delta load or an incremental load pattern where we're running a couple of lookup activities, we're copying some data, and we're executing a store procedure to update a watermark. What that means is that if this first lookup activity takes 1 second, you're being billed for 1 minute of execution. Same thing, if it's running for 1 minute and 1 second, you're being billed for 2 minutes. So it's always rounding that up. Store procedure, same thing. It doesn't matter if it's 1 minute or 1 minute and 59 seconds, it's always going to round it up to 2 minutes. And that means that if you're running things, the actual execution time of that pipeline could be just, a couple of seconds, but you're paying for 3 minutes for these 3 activities alone. And that can have an effect if you start scaling this up and running this very frequently for many tables, for many files. So we'll get back to that a little bit later in the session as well. Now, for the copy data activity, it doesn't have such a huge effect because usually you're not loading things that are taking less than a minute anyway when you're using Azure Data Factory because you want to use it for more large-scale data. But again, if you're running things for 9 minutes and 1 second, you're being billed for 10 minutes multiplied by the number of DIUs that you're using. So this means if you've left it at auto, it's going to be you're paying for 40 minutes. But if you set it to 2, you're only paying for 20 minutes. So again, keep that in mind when you're building out your solutions. And then there are a few things for under additional cost when you're working with data pipelines. So one thing is the orchestration and execution itself. There are also a few more things. So if you have inactive pipelines, there is a little cost associated with that. And this might be my favorite pricing feature of Azure Data Factory because that means that you have to keep your solutions tidy. So I get to go and tell my developers, if you don't use this anymore, clean it up, get rid of it, and delete it, because otherwise it's going to cost us a little bit of money. So my favorite feature in there, again, it's not a significant cost. It's not going to add up until you have hundreds of pipelines that you don't use, but there is a cost attached to that. And also, if you're moving data from an Azure region to outside of Azure, there is a small cost for bandwidth and network usage. That goes for all the Azure services. But this is going to show up as an additional little row on the invoice. So if you're wondering what that bandwidth networking is, that means that you're moving data out of the Azure region. The third part is around the data flow debugging and execution. And this is a new feature. It became generally available about a month ago. So right now, the pricing that you see on screen will not go into effect until December 1st, 2019. So for the remainder of November, they still have the preview pricing, which is about half the cost of what you see on here. But for most people who are working with this is what it's going to be in general availability pricing. And this is a different pricing model again. So this completely depends on the compute type that you're using to run your data flows on. Data flows are running on Azure Databricks clusters behind the scenes, and you can optimize that for compute optimization, general purpose, or memory optimized. And based on the cluster that you are choosing to run this on, it has a different price point. In here again, same thing as with data pipelines. All the charges are prorated and rounded up to the nearest minute. One thing to note here, though, is while the copy data activity have the data integration units for mapping data flows or wrangling data flows, which is also a new feature that was just announced, you're running on the cluster size, and the minimum size is 8 vCores. And that means that you can set this to 4 plus 4, which is the default. You can scale it all the way up to 256 plus 16. That's a pretty big cluster, and you will also pay the cost for that. So if you're using the defaults, what I've done here is just I took that price, which was based on vCores, and I multiplied it by 8 in this example. So this is fairly cheap, fairly inexpensive still if you want to run mapping data flows, anywhere from $1.50 to $3 per hour if you want to run it on the default cluster size. If you really want to scale it up, though, I don't know about you, but if you have $100 that you want to spend per hour, you can easily do that by changing that one setting. So again, just make sure that you are scaling this appropriately, and always start with the lowest and see how the performance is. Do some testing on that before you start scaling it up, unless you have money to burn, in which case just go for the largest option anyway. And the final part is around SQL Server Integration Services pricing. Again, completely different model. In this case, SQL Server Integration Services, if you're doing the lift and shift, you are creating a little set of virtual machines behind the scenes. So when you set up this integration runtime for SQL Server Integration Services, you have to choose the virtual machine size. And you can choose anywhere from the cheapest, lowest with the 1 core, 3.5 gigs of RAM, 50 gigs of temporary storage. If you're cheap, or if you have very small little workloads, you just need to move it up to Azure and run it there, you can choose this one. And this is, again, very inexpensive. It's 60 cents per node per hour. If you scale it up to one of the largest virtual machines, 64 cores, 400 plus gigs of RAM, you're starting to pay a little bit more for that. So then you're looking at $18 per node per hour. And this is for the standard edition of SQL Server. If you're using SQL Server Integration Services with enterprise features, the cost is going to go up. In that case, it's almost double, in which case you get to pay around $35 per node per hour. And that is kind of the key word for this as well. You might be fine with just having one node. That means like one virtual machine. But if you want to scale it out in addition to scale it up on the size of that, you can go in and change the settings. Unfortunately, for this part, Azure Data Factory has actually included a little live calculation on the website. So if you go in and you change the node number, you'll see the pricing go up. Again, if you want to pay $350 per hour for something, you can easily do that inside of Azure Data Factory. So again, try and keep it low on the scale first, and then scale it up if necessary. There are also a couple of things that affect the price for SQL Server Integration Services. So you do have to pay a little bit extra if you want to deploy your SSIS packages to the SSIS catalog, in which case you need to pay for the Azure SQL database as well. That has its completely own pricing model that I'm not going into details in this session here, but just be aware that you have to pay for that separately. But in this case, you can actually save money as well. So if you have software assurance, if you have some kind of deal with Microsoft, you have your own licenses already, look into the Azure hybrid benefits and see if you can save some money by using that. That means that you can get anywhere from 33 to 88% savings, which could be a significant cost for your workloads. So just make sure that you look into that if you are doing the SSIS lift and shift. So a couple of lessons learned from working with Azure Data Factory projects. In Azure Data Factory, everything has a price. Like I mentioned, it might be small, it might be insignificant, but there is a cost even for creating, reading, doing a lookup, previewing data. All of that are things that you're doing inside of Azure Data Factory, and there is a small cost attached to that. And that means that we, as developers, now have to kind of change our mindset a little bit. So if you're coming from the SSIS world previously, we got a big box. Someone had already paid for the hardware, paid for the license. We got a big developer box, and we could do whatever we wanted. So as long as that performed within the time frame, it didn't matter if we were running things frequently, all the time, constantly, just running things and making sure that things were working, because we had already paid for that upfront. With Azure Data Factory, pay as you go, pay as you create, we do need to make sure that we optimize our solutions both for performance to make sure that things run within the time frame, but also that we consider the patterns that we're using to optimize for cost. And SSI's best practices are not always Azure Data Factory best practices. So there are a few things that you might recognize from the SSI's development world where you would have one package per table that you were running. That is a pattern that you might want to rethink for Azure Data Factory, depending on what kind of use case that you have. So if we look at that incremental load pattern that I showed earlier, in this case here, we're doing that lookup, we're doing a copy, and we're doing a stored procedure. So this is a very common pattern. Now, if we look at the cost for that, when we start scaling that out, the cost for this is about 17 cents per pipeline run. I have the math. If you want to see that, it will be in the slide deck that I've handed in so you can download that, but I'm not going to do the full math live on screen for you here. It's about 17 cents. We can use that as an example. So every time we run this pipeline, it's going to cost us 17 cents. That's based on the number of activities, the rounding up, and an estimated time of how long it takes to complete each of these tasks. So if we run this once per night for 30 days, so the average cost for a month is going to be $5. That's probably, a completely okay cost. It's still very inexpensive, and it is completely fine. You might not even think about paying $5. Now, if we're using that SSIS mindset, and we have 100 tables that we want to do an incremental load from, when you scale it up, the monthly cost is going to be times 100 as well. So now we're looking at, $500 per month. And again, this can be a cost that is completely okay for you and your budget. If we start looking into the pattern that I would absolutely not recommend that you use in Azure Data Factory, when you need to run smaller batches very frequently, so if we start doing this every hour every month, I don't know about you, but I don't really want to pay $12,000 per month for incrementally loading 100 tables every hour. In this case, you might want to rethink how you use Azure Data Factory, and it just means that all the SSIS patterns that you're used to, they might not translate well into the Azure Data Factory pattern. In this case here, you might want to rethink to do larger batch loads, or maybe you want to do it less frequently. But there are things that you just need to consider. And this is very dependent on the patterns that you have. Just make sure that you think about this before you start deploying, so you don't get those surprise bills of $12,000 after a month of playing with Azure Data Factory. And again, I do want to repeat this. SSI's best practices are not always Azure Data Factory best practices. And then there is one thing that you also want to consider when you're working with Azure Data Factory, and that is by stopping, starting, and scaling services when necessary. So in the case of SQL Server Integration Services packages, you are paying for every hour that virtual machine, that integration runtime is up and running. And that means that if you only use it for 1, 2, 3 hours every night, if you do a daily load, you can start and stop that before and after the actual execution. That's going to keep the cost down because you don't need to pay for 24 hours of this environment that you're not using. The same thing if you're loading into Azure SQL Data Warehouse or Synapse Analysis. I'm not sure how that's going to work when they release that. Or into Azure SQL Database. You might want to scale that up while you're loading to decrease the time and then scale it down afterwards. That is also just another way of managing costs inside of Azure Data Factory. So this pattern that you see on screen here is actually one of the templates for working with SSIS in Azure Data Factory. So if you create a pipeline from a template, you can check the SSIS box, and it's going to give you this right out of the box. So you just have to point it to the right integration runtime that you're working with. So Microsoft is also encouraging you to use this pattern when working with SSIS. There is a pricing calculator. You do need to understand the different types of activities, the hours, and the times that you're running things. But once you know the details that I've kind of given you an overview of in this session, you can go in and use this pricing calculator and get those monthly estimates that you can provide to your management. So instead of going, I guess we just have to wait for the invoice, if you take some time to learn this and understand this and go and create those estimates, exactly, I got this instead. So that was it for me. Final word is good luck with this. I'm happy to hang around after the session and have conversations if you have any questions. I have cards here as well if you want to reach out to me after Microsoft Ignite. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the rest of your conference, and thank you so much.